Alright, so today our objective is that you're going to know the triangle sum theorem and the exterior angle theorem and be able to use these theorems to find missing angle measures. Alright, so if you haven't already, go ahead and print these, and these notes are on Schoology, and if you don't have a printer, you can go ahead and just copy the notes as we go. So, the triangle sum theorem states that all three angles in a triangle, when added together, give you 180 degrees. So, what that says is that angle 1 here plus angle 2 plus angle 3 are going to give you 180 degrees when you add their measures together. All right, and then the triangle exterior angle theorem states that the measure of an exterior angle, so this purple angle 1, is equal to the sum of the two remote or two non-adjacent. So these two do not share a side with 1 like 4 does. So angle 1 is going to be equal to these two remote or non-adjacent angles within the triangle added together are going to give us that exterior angle. So, and then just for example, if we had this same triangle, but we were trying to find this angle, we would want, so let's say this is 1, we would want to add 2 and 3. So the two that are not attached to it. Just to show you another example. So the two angles not attached, do not share a line, non-adjacent, angles added together will give you that exterior angle. All right, so go ahead, pause this if you're still copying it. And when you're done, unpause it so we can go through some examples. All right, so our triangle angle sum theorem states that the sum of these three angles added together equals 180. So what that tells me is that 79 plus 82 plus the unknown angle, not times, plus unknown equals 180. So we know 79 and 82 is going to give me 161 plus our unknown angle equals 180. Then we can go ahead and solve it like a regular equation. We get rid of addition with that subtraction, so minus 161 minus 161. And our x, our missing angle, is going to be equal to 19. All right. Same thing on 2. We're going to say our three angles, so 68 plus 49 plus x is equal to 180. The sum of our three angles add together to equal 90. So 68 plus 49 is going to give me 117. So 117 plus x. Now that we're done combining our like terms, we can do our inverse operations. We get rid of addition with subtraction. This cancels. X is going to be equal to 63. All right. And then I'm going to do one more for you, and then I'm going to let you try 4, 5, and 6. All right, so real quick, I include this one because I get this a lot, and we should have learned this by now, but I don't know if we forget it or it just got lost somewhere. If you see this square symbol, what that tells me is that this is a right angle, and a right angle is 90 degrees. So they didn't give you an angle measure, but they did. So we know that's a right angle. Right angles are 90 degrees. So 90 plus 53 plus x equals 180. All right, so then we're going to go ahead and say 90 and 53. It's going to give me 143. So 143 plus x equals 180. So minus 143 minus 143. This cancels, and then we have x is equal to 37. X is equal to 37. All right. Now I want you to pause this and do 4 if you're following along. If you're doing on your paper, go ahead, pause it, do 4, 5, and 6. But if you don't have this printed, go ahead, pause it, do 4. All right, and then my people who are following along, because you don't have it printed, pause it again and do 5 and 6, and then I'll go over all 3 of these. So if you already have 4, 5, and 6 done by now, yes? All right, so if you already have 4, 5, and 6 done by now, you should. If not, here's 4 again, pause. 5 and 6 again, pause. Okay. So by now you should have, I've given you multiple opportunities to go ahead and pause that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and erase this and get this out of our way. And then we can get started. So you should have said that 27 plus 34 plus x equals 180, because the sum of all 3 angles equals 180. So 61 plus x. All right, so 61 plus x equals 180. So minus 61, cancel. And you should, and this is part of 3. I erased the rest of it, and it didn't go. So that cancels, and then you would be left with x is equal to 119. You could have borrowed. 10 minus 1 is that 9. 7 minus 6 is the 1, and bring down 1 minus nothing is nothing. So you should have got x is equal to 119. Check your answer. See if you can see where you went wrong. If you didn't, maybe start it and bring it to class. If you didn't already do 5 and 6, you might pause now. All right. So let's go ahead. We should have 53 plus 58 plus our unknown angle equals 180. So we can go ahead and say 53 plus 58 is 111. So 111 plus x equals 180. We know to get rid of that, we subtract. And x is going to be equal to 69. So we can say x is 69. Did you get that right? Awesome. All right, and then the last one, we started this on the last, I pointed it out. This is equal to 90 degrees, so you should have said 90 plus 19 plus x equals 180. So then 90 and 19 give us 109 plus x equals 180. Go ahead and subtract 109 from both sides. And you should have got that missing angle was 71 degrees. All right? Do you see where you went wrong? Did you get it right? If you didn't get it right, do you see where you went wrong? If you don't see where you went wrong, star it. All right. So 7. You're doing the same thing, but I wanted to show you it. This is a little bit of a trick. So for my first triangle, I have 48 plus 90 plus angle 3 measure equals 180. I know 48 and 90 is going to give me 138. So 138 plus angle 3 equals 180. Take 138 from both sides. And we get that the measure of angle 3 is going to be equal to 42. Okay, this is not in today's notes, but it was on Monday and Tuesday. This angle pair right here is vertical. And I know vertical angles are congruent. So if this is 48, so is angle 2. And now that I have 2 of my 3 angle measures, I can find my third. All right, so 67 plus 48 plus angle 1 equals 180. And 67 plus 48 is 115 plus angle 1, and it still equals 180. We can go ahead and subtract 115 from both sides, and we get that angle 1 is equal to 65. All right, if you're still copying down any of this, you can go ahead and pause it, because I am going to scroll down and do our triangle sum theorem examples. Or sorry, it says triangle angle sum. Fix your notes. This should say exterior angles sum. So we're using the exterior angle sum theorem. Do you have this copied? And did you fix your title? Because I'm going to erase all of it. But you should fix this title. Got it? All right. Now we're going to go ahead and get started on our triangle exterior angle sum theorem. What that says is our 2 non-adjacent angles. So are these 2 in any way connected to our exterior angle, our angle outside of our triangle? No. So those are our 2 non-adjacent angles. So we know 53 plus 64, our 2 non-adjacent angles, are going to be equal to x. So in this case, 64 and 53, it's 117. And when we have both non-adjacent angles, all we have to do is add them together. So let's look at one more like that. So 45 is non-adjacent, doesn't touch x. 78 is in the triangle, and again, does not touch that exterior angle x. So those 2 added together, well, let me change my color, should equal our exterior angle. All right, and then we can say 45 plus 78 is going to give me 123 is x. All right, if you're still copying that, go ahead and copy that. All right, so, but what if, and I'm going to come back to 10. I'm going to jump to 13. What if they give you an exterior angle, but only one of your 2 interior angles, or 2 non-adjacent, your remote non-adjacent angles, and an exterior? But well, I still know that this 28 degrees and angle 1 is going to equal that exterior angle. They're still going to add together equal it. We just have different parts of our equation now. We know that this angle and this angle are non-adjacent interior angles are going to equal that exterior angle. So instead of adding, we're going to subtract. And that's kind of why it's important to set up your equation, because I will still get a bunch of you try and add the two angles you got together instead of solving by setting up an equation and realizing you're subtracting. All right, so equals, so then that cancels. Angle 1 equals 104 minus that 28 is going to give us 76. So angle 1 equals 76. And then this one I jumped to 13 to show you. This one, we also are expected to find 2. So now that we have 2 of our 3 angles, because this is 76, we can say 76, use our triangle sum theorem, plus 28 plus angle 2 equals 180. And then we know 76 plus 28 is 104. All right, sorry guys, there was lots of crossing of children in transition. All right, so we have our 2 angles, 2 of our 3 angles, angle 1 plus angle 2 plus our unknown is going to equal 180. So we can say 76 and 28 is going to give us 104, and 104 plus angle 2, because our sum of our angles equals 180. And then we can go ahead and solve by saying, taking away 104, just like a regular equation. And we can say that angle 2 is equal to 76. Perfect. Cool. All right. So now what I want you to go ahead and do is pause this and do 10, 11, and 12. This time it does not ask you for this other angle. That's why I did 13. So I had to do the exterior angle and the triangle sum theorem so you could see what that looked like. And I didn't just expect you to do it without being able to have seen it. So if you are following along, pause this, do 10, 11. Here's 12, pause it. All right, 10, 11, pause. 12, pause. All right, so by now, whether we're working on paper or not, we should have all been able to pause it, come back, and go through it together. So our exterior angle theorem says this angle are 2 non-adjacent angles that are not attached to our exterior angle that we have. So angle 1, the sum of angle 1 and 7, the other angle where they give us 70 degrees, added together should equal that exterior angle, which we have. So now we go ahead and subtract 70 to solve. All right, so then this cancels, and we're left with the measure of angle 1 is going to be equal to 68. Did you get that right? If you didn't, did you add? So if you didn't, do you see what you did wrong? If you don't see what you did wrong, feel free to come ask me in our guided practice tomorrow. All right, and then 11 and 12 should have been fairly straightforward. Our 2 non-adjacent angles, so not attached to this exterior angle. So 81 plus 54 should have been equal to that exterior angle we're looking for. So 81 plus 54 is going to give me 135. So our angle X is 135. All right. And then for 12, again, our 2 non-adjacent angles. So we're looking for X. 2 angles not touching X in the triangle added together are going to equal X. So 21 plus 66 equals X. And then we should have got 87 is that exterior angle. All right. So today we talked about our triangle sum theorem, which states the sum or answer in addition of the three angles, so the three angles added together, is going to give us 80. And the exterior angle theorem says are two non-adjacent. We know non-adjacent means it does not touch. So if I'm looking for this angle, it can't be the one that touches it. It would need to be the sum of the two non-adjacent angles added together to give me this green exterior angle. The sum of the non-adjacent or the two remote angles added together give you that exterior angle you're looking for. Set up your equation because you won't always have these two. You may have these two angles or these two angles. So don't always just assume you're adding them together to get that exterior angle. You may have different pieces. So the sum of your two remote non-adjacent, so in this case the two I circled in red, added together are going to give you this exterior angle equals our green angle. All right, so if you feel like you got that, you can go ahead and do the assignment on Schoology on this. If you feel like you need some extra help, if you want to do some practice, go ahead. Make sure you come to our guided practice. I will see you all today. Have a wonderful day, guys. Goodbye.